So what led you to the quantum?
I was awakened 8 years ago, and I had been doing work on my own. And then I ended up having relationship issues, which I could not handle on my own or through the teachers at the time. So I was searching the internet for something to help me, and I come across Dolores Cannon and her work. And I decided then I needed a practitioner that did Dolores Cannon work. So when I went on her website, your name come up for Ontario. Actually, I think you were the only one that was licensed at the time for my area. And I contacted you, went on your, actually I went on your website first, saw everything that you did, and made the decision to do the quantum.
Cool.
At first I was a little leery because just the word quantum infers universe, conscious, a lot of big words. And I'm thinking deep, it's got to go deep, deep, deep. And I was actually a little bit, the trepidation come up because I really wasn't sure if I wanted to go that deep and expose myself.
Oh.
So I did some more research, as people do, and I listened to some of Dolores's comments on it. Then I made the final decision to make an appointment with you to try it.
Well, that's cool.
So the first day I met you, I was emotional because of the relationship issue. And I remember thinking about having to expose myself to a stranger, not knowing what that would entail, whether I could handle it, whether I would break down or clam up. But after half an hour of talking to you, you calmed me, you made the environment easy to be in. You did some work on me without me knowing, some healing work, which you do without people knowing, because that's what you do. And after half an hour, I felt comfortable enough with you that you started asking the personal questions that needed to be asked, and I slowly gave up myself to expose myself to make the quantum work the way it should work. So, like I say, after half an hour, my trepidation left me. You made me feel comfortable, and the healing started. Now, I believe we were 6 hours altogether, or 8.
I think, did we do the 8?
I think we were the 8.
I think we did 8. I think we did, yeah.
And obviously it wasn't all quantum. The 8 hours included a lot of talk, because as I opened myself up, I talked a lot. And you responded in your way with kindness and love, and you did some healing work to enhance the effect of the quantum. And I remember saying to you, like 2-3 hours had gone by, and so I felt like I'd been there for 10 minutes. But that's, so we actually, I felt we went deep at that time without even going into the quantum. You had already accessed some parts of my subconscious, bringing some things up for healing. And again, I really didn't know or understand what the quantum was about, but you don't have to. And I find this to be an issue with some people. Have talked about this after, is they don't understand the word quantum and what it entails. They think you go super deep into this conscious, you might not ever come out of it again. But I'll tell you, it's not like that. It's I found the quantum to be a feeling, an experience, and the experience is what I think opens you further. If you have been awakened, either by numbers or by universal touch, if you have been awakened, then this is something you should at least try once, to meet your higher self properly and under the proper guidance with a teacher like Rose. And I feel that I can talk about it because a lot of good things have happened since then. It actually set me on a narrower path towards what I want and what I wanted to create in my life, because my life was a little in disarray with relationship issues. I had some work issues as well. A lot going on, like a lot of people do. But you guide people. You guided me without me knowing into from a wide funnel of problems down to a specific problem that I needed to ask myself when I was in the quantum state of my higher self. And that perpetuated my future healings that I've been working on ever since. Now, it was over 2 years ago we did this. And because of the work you did with me, I obviously have done more work with you. We've done a lot more healings. You've become a very dear friend.
Yes.
And I can't express enough how the emotional work that you do is not. It's an antecedent to some of the work, some of the modalities that you offer. You incorporate a lot of your modalities into one session. So because you're coming for a quantum, you expect I'm going to be hypnotized, go down, do this. No, that's not the case. You must have incorporated 4 or 5 different modalities just to get me to where I needed to be to start the session. So it's not just specifically a quantum session. You will incorporate a bunch of healing modalities, whatever you feel guided to help that person. And for me, because of the state I was in, it required a lot of modalities, a lot of love from you.
Well, you did amazing in that session, though.
And,
oh, you went to wonderful places. That was the best part. It was so exciting.
and being my first time, like I say, the trepidation leaves because you make people so comfortable. And I think that's what makes it easier to enter the state, the quantum state.
Well, that's my intention. I appreciate that. Thanks, Kevin, because that was what I was hoping. That I want people to have a great experience. I want them to have something that they can hold on to, because I know I remember my first quantum. I remember I couldn't even get my messages at first. They were all happening inside. I had a hard time saying them out loud. I was going so deep, right? So yeah, but I really did. I loved going with you where you went, though. You went to some amazing places on your journey.
Well, again, and you brought up this point. It's the amount of work you have done on yourself to allow you to come to this point in your life where you can help people with their issues and do the quantums so that it is done properly, it's done safely, and the results are phenomenal.
Oh, thanks.
So
thank you.
I represent a lot of people that you have done work for, and we appreciate the work that you have done in order to help us in this stage of our lives. As more and more of us awaken, we need help to go our healing paths, to do our healing work. And you facilitate that with your years of experience and say your empathic abilities, the way you can feel and judge, or not judge, but dictate which modality you need to use to help us.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's the part that's rewarding now. And watching you grow. I've watched you grow so much over the years.
Hair.
Your
everything else.
Well, your psychic abilities are just getting pretty bang on-ish there, right?
Yes.
I'm expecting you to start to do readings for people. Are you thinking of it?
I have thought of. I still need to do a little bit of work, I think, because I'm following you as a teacher. The amount of work you have done, it does get easier as the time goes on for the change of the consciousness on the planet. When you first started 20 years ago, it was a lot harder, a lot denser. You had to do a lot more work. Thank God, in this time and stage of the Earth conscious change, it's becoming easier for us to do the work, but we still need to do the work. And we still have to, we just can't grab a deck of cards and say, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic, and do the work. You have to do your inner work first, and you need a good facilitator.
Well, and that I think it's the piece is, it's not just about you know, it's really about healing yourself a little bit more because, you know, if we do come through our filters, and as a reader, if you don't do enough work on yourself, you can really kind of, you know, put your filters over top of these other people's readings, and that's what can really cause a problem. I think, you know, it's like, I'll give you an example, like a woman that hates men. Now, I mean, obviously, if she hates men every time she does a reading, like she's has resolved her own issues. So then, when she's doing the work on, you know, for her clients, she's always got this dark view of men. So that doesn't really help to create some healthy relationships for your clients. That's what my heart says, anyway.
And
You
that's
know,
so true, because me as a client, if I'm talking to her about that issue, and she's very adamant or forceful regarding that, it doesn't serve me.
exactly.
So by you not doing your work in healing yourself, you cannot properly serve others.
Exactly.
And it is a service. You've heard this word a lot of times, and we are serving each other. This is our human nature. We help, we serve. This is what we do.
Absolutely. You know, so that's, you know, I really enjoyed my time with you. I've watched you grow. You know, I'm proud of you. And I know pride is of the ego, but it's the only word you can use in the English language. So I'm just going to say it, you know. And I mean, you've got psychic abilities about my life, which is kind of cool. I guess you can't help it when you get so close to each other, and you know, plus with my light, and then yours has expanded since we've met. Like, I mean, there's a lot of light going on. So in a lot of light, you get the truth, whether you like it or not. That's why I figure there's no use in me lying to you, because you guys would figure it out anyway.
Well, you
Can't let
did say when two or more people come together in spirit or love, great things happen.
exactly, miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
Miracles
And I've
happen.
seen the miracles. Rose and I have done some great work together since our first quantum. And it's a great basis to start. It's helped me grow. It's helped me and guided me towards other modalities, which I'd like to practice, and I am practicing. Yes, excuse me, the light grows, but the light has to be nourished as well. And for that light to be nourished, you have to have a good teacher. If you don't have a good teacher, you will not grow the way you should grow. And with the consciousness on this planet expanding the way it is, a good teacher will help you get there safe and fast and the way it properly should be. And your learning becomes exponential.
Well, that's my intention, is have my students grow as quickly as possible. I really do. And I'm not trying to push you to do that. I just trying to give you the most helpful, useful tools to help you to get there. I want you guys to have fun on this journey. So the only way you can have fun is if you heal. You like a lot of stuff that you've got that is holding you back from having those wonderful things. That's the way I look at it anyway. The sooner the better is what I say.
And that's this last report we just had is, this is Rose. This is her humor. It's not a big serious, you know, people quantum serious, and well, no. The aspect of doing it is serious work, but you make it fun as well. And you have to have fun doing it. I mean, we're here to have fun and enjoy life and to grow, to love each other. But you exude that. You bring that out. You know by somebody's emotion whether they need a laugh or a chuckle, or they need a hug, or they need a heart link, or whatever. And I found that through the ups and downs of this learning curve for the last 2 years for me, which has been huge, you've been there for me, and all the other people you've worked with. So as we grow, you grow. As I laugh, you laugh. And as you love, I love. And that creates, for me and for anybody else that works with Rose, it creates a modem of love cycle that you can exude that upon other people that you meet now. So I look upon other people now, I tend to love them before I judge them, which is something I've learned, and I find that huge. It's changed my attitude, and it's changed the perception of the people I meet.
We're running out of time, honey. I think we're going to have to close it.
Okay.
So I want to thank you so much for spending time with me.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for helping me on my journey.
I love you, Robert.
I love you too. Bye.